guys, welcome back to my channel. Michael Treeey here. Today we are doing a little battle of the eyeshadow palettes. We have a Morphe Jaclyn Hill palette versus a Beauty Glazed palette that is almost the exact same thing. So which one is better? Which one do I prefer? Go ahead and keep on watching and we'll find out. Okay guys, so to get started off with this look, I already did my eyebrows and did the base and everything off camera to preserve a little bit of time. So I have both the palettes out here in front of me, so I'm going to show you guys so you can compare a little bit. So we have our normal Jaclyn Morphe Hill palette. You guys know this is like one of my holy grails. I put this palette in my 2017 holy grails, which you haven't checked that out. I'll leave it linked around or just go check it out. But here is the palette itself. If for some reason you guys don't know what it looks like, excuse, it's a little dirty. I tried to clean it, but it wouldn't. So as you can see, there's a huge assortment of colors. They're all super pigmented. They're just bomb. I rave about this all the time. And then the second palette I have here, it is by a brand called Beauty Glazed. I do have a palette of theirs that's like pure glitters, and I pretty much like it. It's really nice. But I purchased this off of Amazon. Like I said, it's called the Impressed You palette. Has a nice, pretty dang sparkly cover to it, which I like. But when you open up the palette, as you can see, there's little words right here. But here are the shadows, and it looks very, very similar. The colors are a little mixed around. Let me pull both of them up so you guys can see. So here's Morphe, here's Beauty Glazed. They're very similar in tones, and honestly pretty much every aspect they are very similar, just the colors are rearranged a little bit. So the main difference of the two is the price. The Morphe Jaclyn Hill palette is $38, I believe, which most of the palettes are only like $23 or $24 before tax and shipping and stuff. Obviously a little more expensive because it is a collaboration with Jaclyn. And then this Beauty Glazed palette is only $12, I believe, on Amazon before tax, shipping, all that stuff. So there obviously is quite a, base price difference. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna use the Jaclyn Hill on this side and use this Beauty Glazed on this side and recreate the same look, and we are just gonna compare the two and see if it is really worth the extra savings to get this Beauty Glazed palette. Okay guys, so let's go ahead and get into this look. I'm gonna do a really colorful, bright look. I really want to see if these Beauty Glazed shimmers, for one, if they can outstand the Morphe one, which I'm a little skeptical. You guys know this is my favorite palette, so I don't know. But we're gonna, use a lot of colors so we can really see the difference in the pigmentation between the two. Okay, so for this look, I'm just gonna go ahead and complete one eye with the Jaclyn Hill palette, and then we'll move on and do one eye with the other one. It'll just be a little bit easier, and I think we'll be able to see how clean it looks. So I'm gonna first dip into this Jaclyn Hill palette and go ahead and work on this eye. So I'm first gonna take, it's like a really bright orangey shade, and I'm just gonna apply this on my transition and blow it out a little bit. Next, I'm going to take my Morphe M200, just a fluffy blending brush, and I'm going to dip into this more like burnt orangey red shade and go ahead and do the same thing, just keep it a little bit more tight. Alright guys, I'm just going to take a little bit more of a tighter, fluffier brush and go in with an even darker red shade. It's more like a cranberry, kind of mulberry kind of shade. Go ahead and pop that in my transition, but keep it really tight. I just want to add some depth right in here. So next I'm going to take my Morphe M321 and I'm going to dip into the really bright purple glittery shade. And I'm going to apply this in the outer V and kind of smoke it out a little bit. And then we're going to take some concealer and clean this all up, but we're just going to lay this purple down so we have a little bit more of a path to go with. Okay guys, so the purple is laid down. Next I'm going to take my Morphe 432 brush and some of my Tarte Shape Tape. I'm just going to go ahead and carve out a crease and apply all in the inner lid for a little bit of shimmer. I'm just going to pick up a little bit more purple and just blend right where that line is right there. Alright guys, so the purple is laid down. It's really nice if you don't have foundation on yet, it's totally okay. You're obviously going to wipe it off. But if you have foundation before you do your eyes, make sure you apply a little bit of translucent under your eyes so it can pick up some eyeshadow. These pigmented shades do have a little bit of fallout to them, so you don't want to get all over your face and smear and then ruin it all. But next I'm going to take this little bit of a packer brush, and I'm just going to apply the gold shimmer all over my lid and connect it to the purple. I'm just going to go ahead, guys, and go in with a kind of like a fluffy, but a little bit more of a packer brush. but it's still a little fluffy like I said. And I'm gonna dip into the black and just very lightly go on the outer V just to add some depth. Be really careful with black. A little black can do a lot of damage, so be really careful. Okay guys, so this is one eye at the top of the eye, pretty much complete. I think it is a really, really gorgeous eye look. There's a ton of different colors in here, but they really all complement each other. But this is obviously like a very ba boom kind of look, but I'm absolutely loving how it's looking. So I'm gonna use the exact same type of shades as I did in the Morphe palette with the Beauty Glaze palette. Like I said, obviously a few of them are a little jumbled around, so the order won't be quite the same, but it's gonna be the same tone, the one that would complement the exact same one. The first thing I'm noticing with these shadows is the blendability is nice, but the pigmentation is definitely less than the Morphe one. So you're going to be dipping into the same shade a little bit more than you would be on this Morphe one. With this orange shade, I think this is probably the third time I dipped back in. And the pigment really started to pick up once I started packing it on there. But that orange one on this one, I'm pretty sure I put it in once and it was like good to go. So you're going to be conserving a little bit more time using the Morphe palette versus the Beauty Glaze palette. Okay guys, so I'm back and I finished my Beauty Glaze side, and I have to say I'm kind of shook right now. Like, I wasn't expecting it to be honestly as good as it was. I think that both the eyes look pretty close to being identical, honestly. I do have to say I'm gonna pick the shimmer shades for the Morphe palette versus the Beauty Glaze, which I'm honestly not really shocked by because the quality of the shimmers of Morphe palettes are really, really nice. But this Beauty Glaze one, like, I thought that shimmers were really gonna suck, but like they honestly didn't. Like, they're still really pretty. I have to say, if you have less time less time to get ready, you're gonna wanna use the Morphe palette. I did have to blend a little bit more with Beauty Glaze and build up that pigment a little bit, but once I did that, it was really nice, honestly. So if you have the extra time, you're not gonna have any issues with this Beauty Glaze palette. And like I said, $12 versus $38. I mean, that's quite a big difference for shadows that are a lot better than I honestly thought they were gonna be. So if you are on a budget, you're in school, you're in college, whatever the circumstance may be, sometimes we are just on a budget, and I have to say this is a pretty good save for money. Okay guys, so I'm gonna go ahead and go finish the rest of my face off camera real fast. Just to conserve some time on this video, but I think once I have all my makeup done, my lashes, I think I'm gonna add a little bit of liner. It'll really make me be able to take a look at both of them and maybe pick one. So I will be right back. Okay guys, so I'm back and I did pretty much all my face. We just need to do a little bit under the lashes. So let's go ahead and do that real fast. So I'm just gonna pop, still using obviously both the shadow palettes. I'm gonna do the purple and I'm gonna tight light it on my lower lash line and then kind of smoke it out or blow it out a little bit with a little bit of that red. Alright guys, so I finished off pretty much all of the eyes. While I was getting all ready, I actually took, it's still part of it, the Beauty Glaze line, but it's a pressed glitter palette. It comes with a ton of different shimmery shades. This was that palette I was talking about. I took a little bit of this gold one and I pressed it on both sides just to give it even more of a shimmer, because you guys know I'm extra and I love my glitter. So I think that made this even pop even more. And for lashes, I wanted to show you guys a recent purchase that I got. It was this House of Lashes storybook. It is so, or Lash Story Pro Edition. It is so cute. But when you open it up, you get a ton of these beautiful lashes with some glue attached. So I put on the ones that are Boudoir, B-O-U-D-O-I-R. So I probably just butchered all of that, my apologies. But those are the lashes I use. I just wanted to show you guys this because it's a really awesome pickup, and I'm really glad because the lashes are absolutely gorgeous. This is my first time having House of Lashes lashes. They're really well known, everyone loves them, and I have to say I'm loving them so far too. So I just wanted to show you guys that. So back to the review itself of both of these palettes. I have to say, like I said, I am pretty shook by this Beauty Glaze palette. You guys know I love my Jaclyn Hill. I will still forever be using this. It is still my all-time favorite eyeshadow palette. But I have to say how shook I am about this palette, that the pigmentation was not too bad. Like I said, you had to build up a little bit. If you have a little bit of extra time, you know, you're gonna be able to recreate the look just fine. So if pigmentation is an issue for you, then I would not recommend this palette. I would probably pick the Morphe one. But honestly, out of everything else, I have to say that if you pick up this Beauty Glaze palette, it is a good purchase. And it's a pretty damn good dupe for this Morphe Jaclyn Hill palette, especially for $25 of a difference. I mean, if it was $5, then I would probably just tell you to pick up Morphe. Maybe even 10 bucks, I would still tell you that the quality is a little bit better. The fact that it's a $25 difference, and I think the shadows were still really, really pretty. I have to say, go on Amazon and pick up your Beauty Glaze palette. And if you can't afford the Jaclyn Hill, or you just want a really good dupe, yeah, definitely go pick this up, guys. Alright guys, and this week is a week for giveaways. So for this week's giveaway, I have this BH Cosmetics, it's the 3rd edition, 120 color eyeshadow palette. I have a few BH Cosmetics eyeshadow palettes, I'm sorry, and I really, really enjoy them. But this has a full range, like I said, of 120. The top tray has a lot of like bright yellows and purples and blues and pinks, so really, really pigmented shades. And then the bottom tray is a little bit more subtle, still nice and bright, but a little bit more on the mauve-y kind of side of these. I'll show you the back so you guys can kind of get an idea. But if you would like to enter this week's giveaway, just do the same as always. Go ahead and like, comment down below that you guys watch this, and subscribe to our channel. Make sure your profile is on public. If it is not, I won't be able to see you on my subscriber list, so you won't be entered. So just do those 3 quick things and you'll be entered into this week's giveaway. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to this battle of the eyeshadow palettes between the Beauty Glazed and the Jaclyn Hill palette. I would say pick them both up, but if you are a baller on a budget, then pick up your Beauty Glazed palette. Thank you guys so much for tuning in again, and I will see you guys next week. Bye guys.